Where you at, Berto?
This story takes place my last year in middle school, 8th grade, and like many others, this is around the age when women start to become the main focus of any young man's mind. I know my fellow brothers out there know what I'm talking about. It's almost as if something switches in our brain. Nothing else matters in life, except the fact that as a man, we have a plethora of women who like us. Or at the very least, we want the girl that we like to like us back. Mostly so we could brag to the homies, cause let's be honest, we all felt a little insecure about our love interest at the time. Everybody wants to feel like the man, and that homie street cred is very valuable. Now, even though I've had my fair share of L's when it came to women, as many of you know, I fell in love with a thought, part 1 and 2. She doesn't want you, bro. Talking about me, of course. Oh, and let's not forget, he's just a friend, she said. All terrible stories about how I got played like a chump from women. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I've taken L's too, my nigga, when it comes to these women. Now, my homie at the time, Devontae, he was a whole different story. Now, that's not his real name, but for the sake of the story, that's what we're gonna call him. Now, the thing about Devontae was, if I'm gonna call a spade, and I ain't even trying to hype this nigga up and suck him off or nothing. Pause. All the hoes loved this man. Like, if you walked up to any girl at our school at the time and asked them who they thought the cutest boy was, this nigga is gonna be in their top 3 at least. This man was dating an 8th grader back when he was in 6th grade. That's some impossible shit to pull off, no cap. And he also played basketball, but he was the best player on the team. And did I mention this nigga was 6'3" in fucking middle school, bro? That off-rip made this nigga an NBA prospect. He had the hoes lining up drooling over him like it was a goddamn Magic Mike show. Now let me stop stroking his cock. Pause. But he had what y'all call the unspoken riz. Then there was me. Poor me. I wasn't that bad, but because, as I mentioned before, I had a long list of L's when it came to women. But the difference was, I had strength in numbers. For every 20 girls that curved me and played my shit, I had at least 2 or 3 that actually rocked with me, which was pretty good numbers. I earned my women. I also played basketball, and yeah, I wasn't the best player on the team, but I was still in the starting 5 and did my thing. So that alone qualified for a couple of gym badges in the ladies' books. And I was always into shoes and fashion, so I dressed better than these niggas anyway. The L's made me into a stronger man, a more confident man. So while Devontae was able to pull any girl he wanted without any real effort, I was still considered a high-value male in my school because I put the work in. Confidence truly is key, so for all my ugly brothers out there, don't worry, you still got a real shot at bagging her. Just get you a sense of humor and some confidence and you'll be alright. So if it wasn't clear already, even though me and Devontae were cool friends for all of our middle school years, we pretty much had what you would call a friendly rivalry. He was low-key jealous of my confidence and ambitious nature, while I was jealous of how naturally talented he was at everything. It really felt like we were on some Naruto and Sasuke shit. So fast forward to the last day of 8th grade year. It was an early morning and I was just waiting for class to start, just chilling at the breakfast table in the cafeteria. Devontae pulls up with this smirk on his face. What the hell are you smiling about?
Oh, nothing. Miranda just been all over me lately.
Wait, my Miranda?
There's only one Miranda in the whole school, dude.
Why would you try and hook up with my Miranda? You know me and her had a thing last year.
It's the last day of middle school. We probably ain't never gonna see most of these girls ever again, so stop tripping. Might as well. Have some fun, nigga.
Now my initial thought was, this nigga Devontae is a slime ball. But before my anger could truly process, I realized he kinda had a point. Alright, so I guess you wouldn't mind if I hooked up with your ex Ariana, cause she's been eyeing me all gym class.
Ariana wouldn't get with you even if she tried.
Are you sure? She was texting me last night, and them things say otherwise, my boy.
That don't even matter because the matter of the fact is, you know I get more girls than you.
And you know that's cap. Girls only like you because you're a little pretty boy, and they always leave you in the end because they realize you're not man enough to keep them.
Wanna prove it then?
Just say the word.
No cheating, no BS. Whoever can kiss the most girls by the end of the school day has the best riz.
Say less. We shook hands and agreed on probably the most degenerate fuckboy challenge in the history of slime balls. The clock was on. I was officially on the hunt trying to seek out my prey. I knew realistically I was at a disadvantage because there was probably a lot more girls in the school that genuinely had a crush on Devontae, but where I knew I had him beat was I had a lot more genuine relationships with girls where I felt like I could smooth talk them into liking me. The only problem was, due to the nature of this challenge, my intentions probably would come off more manipulative. But there was no way in hell I was gonna let this light skin win. I was down for anything. And then there she was, my first target, Becca. This was a girl I'd walk to class every day, and we would have those cute little flirty conversations. She would always call me her best friend and kiss me on my cheek. But I always knew I could take it there if I really wanted to. So I'm holding her hand and walking her to class and, why are your hands so sweaty? I don't know. I think you might just be making me a little nervous today. Why would you be nervous all of a sudden? You just look so beautiful today. I just can't help it. Wyatt, stop! Boom! Right then and there, I knew I had her. When a girl says no, no means no. When a girl says stop, stop means stop. But when a girl says, oh my God, stop, looking you in your eyes, begging for more, skin as red as a tomato, blushing because you just made her little insides get the butterflies. Oh yeah, you win there, my boy. So finally we get to her class. I gave her a hug, looked down into her soul while she was looking up at me, and I did the deed. First kiss secured, gang. This was actually easier than I thought. And after that, I had the confidence I needed to secure the W. Next, I had this one girl named Augustina, who I had already been hooking up with on and off when we had little movie dates on the weekend. So getting her to kiss me behind the bleacher honestly wasn't hard at all. So as I'm walking to class, I take my phone out to text Devontae, trying to get my bragging rights off, just for him to respond with,
Keep celebrating your little 2 points, cause I already got 4 in the bag.
I don't know what type of game this man was running, but it didn't matter. He had 4 points in the same time I only had 2. I needed to step my game up. How could I out-riz this man? I didn't have enough time to smooth talk every girl that I came in contact with. I needed easier wins. For all my ladies watching, please forgive me. Remember, I was in 8th grade, and this was just degenerate behavior. I picked up my phone and started typing the message that said, hey, I've been meaning to tell you this for a while, but I've always really liked you, and for some reason, I kind of got the vibe that you liked me as well, and since today's the last day of school, I'm not sure if I'll ever get another chance, but I really wouldn't mind giving you a kiss goodbye. And then I sent it to every girl that I had as a contact in my phone that went to my school. I know, it just sounds stupid, but I didn't know what came over me. I didn't want to lose to Devontae no matter what. I was literally willing to risk it all. As I sat in class, nervous as fuck, because if all these women curved me, that alone would completely destroy my self-esteem. Getting curved by one girl you like is one thing, but sending a mass message confessing your love to get passed up by every single one, that could break a man. But to my surprise, the opposite happened. My phone started blowing up one by one as girls started to tell me they always had a crush on me as well, and they wouldn't mind kissing me goodbye either. Oh shit, this might actually work. I'm setting up appointments behind the bleachers, the school bathroom, stalls, skipping class, going to different lunches just to meet up with girls left and right, racking up kisses. So I'm walking over to the school water fountain to link up with this girl, let's just call her Kiki, and as I'm leaning in to kiss her, at the corner of my eye, I see my first girl, Becca, making out with Devontae. Now, given the situation, this is technically fair game. But unlike most of the other girls that I got with today, I actually did have a crush on Becca, and she kissed me this morning. So I couldn't help myself, and I blurted out, hey yo, Becca, what are you doing? Oh shit, why? It's not what it looks like.
Nigga, why are you cock blocking right now? Wasn't you just about to get with Kiki?
Wait, what? You and Becca are a thing? No, I told you, I like you, Kiki. Wait, you like Kiki? Then why did you kiss me this morning? You kissed Becca this morning?
and Ostina, Sarah, Lily, Sammy, Carla, Carly, and Jenny.
Bruh, you're acting like you didn't kiss 8+ girls today too.
Frick! Oh yeah, I did do that.
In this moment, Kiki and Becca's faces turned so red and so angry, I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. They backed me and Devontae into a corner and just started going off on us. They started causing so much commotion, random people in the school started surrounding us like it was a fight. And naturally, more and more girls that we hooked up with today started to realize what was going on. It was pointless to try and defend ourselves. It was getting so bad that some of the girls started even fighting each other. Bro, I think we might have taken this too far.
I think you might be right.
What do you think we should do?
I mean, there's still a couple of girls I haven't got to look up yet, so I'm probably hitting them up and trying to...
Are you an idiot? The challenge is over. None of that shit matters anymore.
My bad. You right.
I stood up shameless and got ready to take on what we started. And I yelled out to everyone, stop! Just look! This was all just some stupid challenge that me and Devontae started between each other. And it was completely wrong, and none of you guys deserve this. We're both sorry, and I know you guys are gonna hate us forever, but don't take it out on each other. With perfect timing, the bell rang for the next period, and all the girls just went their separate ways and didn't even say a single word. To be honest, I didn't really know how they felt about the situation because right after that day, it was summer and I never really saw most of those people again. Me and Devontae stayed cool, I guess, but our friendship was never the same after that. And for most part, the situation just taught me a valuable lesson that it's never worth ruining relationships with people you actually care about just to prove a point to someone who doesn't actually care about you that much. We were really young, so in retrospect, none of this shit really even mattered, but I guess it was still a great lesson nonetheless.
Where you at, Berto?
I hated school, especially middle school. Like at that age, I didn't care about anything. All I wanted to do was play Pokemon, and that was about it. I was obsessed with Pokemon. Shit, I'm still obsessed with Pokemon. I'm 25 years old, and I still play Pokemon. I don't care. Pokemon is my shit. But to say the least, I didn't really care about school because it all just felt so pointless. At that age, I already thought I was either going to be a rapper or go to the NBA. So I didn't necessarily think I needed school. Fast forward to present day, yeah, I didn't need that shit. Now with all that being said, I was a pretty good kid, but only because I didn't like getting in trouble, because I was scared of my mom, because my mom is evil and she's Jamaican. She's an evil Jamaican mother. So that was good enough reason for me to keep my ass in check. But at heart, I wanted to be a bad kid. Like, I got my first iPhone from stealing it from some kid's locker. I'm so sorry if you're watching this, Tyler. Yes, it was me, and you did not deserve to get suspended. Everyone thought it was you. But I'm a different person now. Yeah, I was one of those kids, but I never really got in trouble. Well, I guess I can't really say never, but I did my due diligence to try to get away with things. We had this one teacher who I'm just gonna call Mr. Yo-Yo. He was one of those chill teachers. We all had one before, but Mr. Yo-Yo was like extremely chill. Like, do whatever the fuck you wanted chill. Kids would literally just be walking around class all day, talking all day, and doing absolutely anything. And Mr. Yo-Yo would literally not give a fuck at all. On test days, I would get up, walk around class, look at my smart friend's test for answers, and Mr. Yo-Yo would just be like,
What? Can you please just make it quick? If anyone walks in and sees you, I'll get in trouble.
bro, what teacher does that? Yo-Yo was the GOAT of all teachers. And because of this, I got an A in his class almost every quarter. It was almost impossible to fail his class. Almost. So I don't really remember what happened. I must have missed a day of school one day, but I remember checking my grades, and my A in Mr. Yo-Yo's class went from 100% to like an 85. So I'm thinking, what the hell is going on? Why do I have an 85 in this nigga's class? I literally don't have to do anything to pass. So the next day at school, Mr. Yo-Yo stepped out of classroom for a moment to speak with another student. And I didn't think much of it. This is Mr. Yo-Yo we're talking about. He doesn't care about anything. I get up, went behind his desk, and changed my grade from an 85 to 100%.
What? What are you doing?
What do you mean, Mr. Yo-Yo? I'm not doing anything. I get up and start walking to my desk, still thinking everything was okay, and then...
What? Did you just change your grade?
What? No. What are you talking about, man? You know I wouldn't do that.
Nah, nah, for real, like, seriously. Did you change that?
All right. You got me. Yeah, I changed it.
Dude, you went too far. I'm going to have to report this to the office.
Wait, are you being serious?
Yeah, of course I'm being serious. Who do you think I am, bro? Like, you think you just walk all over me and change your grades? You can't do that. I've been teaching for 4 years.
Holy shit.
Never
I'm fucked. I did the unthinkable, got caught doing it, and then admitted to doing it. Fucked. Look at this nigga. He's dead fucking serious. Holy shit! When I walked back to my desk, I started Googling the consequences for changing your grades. I saw shit like expulsion, fraud, and secondary school, which is pretty much jail for school, which pretty much meant my mom was going to kill me. Yeah, I was going to die. I once heard my mom say she would rather kill me than send me to jail because she brought me into this world so she could take me out. And I believe her. I'm so fucked. And the worst part about all this, it was a Friday, so I had to wait the entire weekend to find out what my consequences were on Monday. Getting in trouble is one thing, but when you have to wait to see the results of your actions, that is torture. Because you have time to think about all the fucked up possibilities that could happen.
Hello? Is this Wyatt's mother?
Yes, speaking. This is her.
Yeah, this is the assistant principal at 340 High. Your son was unfortunately caught changing his grades, so he's going to need to be expelled.
Oh, wow. Well, thanks for the call, but that won't be necessary.
No, ma'am. He's going to have to face the consequences of his action. Hello? What just happened? Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything is fine. But Wyatt is no longer with us, so there's gonna be no need for that expulsion. Thank you for the call. Have a nice day. I walk into school Monday morning, sick to my stomach, just waiting for someone from the office to come pick me up from class. The anticipation was killing me. After 4 periods went by, the time finally came. You know what this is about, right? Yeah, I know. This is a real serious thing you did. The consequences are going to be extreme. Yup, for what it's worth, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I have to do to you. I understand. I'm ready. Wyatt Walker, today I'm going to be serving you with, just do it, get it over with, a detention. No, not a detention. Did you just say detention? Yes, you left me with no choice. Instantly I realized who I was talking to, and it was the new supervisor, Mrs. Duck. And because she must have not known how serious this was, she gave me a detention. I wouldn't even need to tell my mom about a detention. I pretty much stayed late after school every day. It wouldn't make a difference. Because of this lady's inexperience and discipline, she literally saved my life. Am I missing something here? This isn't a smiling matter, Wyatt. Oh, no, Mrs. Duck, I'm just so shocked. Please, nothing but the detention. I'm so sorry. I ended up serving my detention, and my mom never actually found out about this day. I did learn a valuable lesson. I guess I did take Mr. Yo-Yo's kindness for weakness. And Mom, if you're watching this right now, I'm sorry, but it's way too late for you to do anything about it now. Oh. Hello? Hey, what's up, Mom?
Wait, what the hell is this? It's what is your hubby or what?
Where you at, Berto?
Have you ever done something that you probably weren't supposed to be doing, and then right after, you feel instant regret? Yeah, me too.
Oh, you nasty ass.
The point is, I've done bad things, but that doesn't make me a bad person.
That's exactly what it means.
This one takes place back in middle school. It was a special time for me. Probably one of the best years of my life. Because I was definitely down to do stupid shit. And dumb shit makes good memories. There was this girl, and her name was Jade. If I had to describe her, she was a quiet girl. She kept to herself, a little shy, but at the same time had a bright personality. And she was cute. She checked off all the boxes. Just a great girl all around. Jade had a crush on me. No one told me, but I knew it. Dog, it was like one of those situations where I would tease her almost every day in class. But you know, not in a mean way or anything, in a cute way. And her reaction would always be her trying to act mad, but she wasn't mad. It's actually a proven fact that girls like dickheads. Treat them like shit, and they'll do a split on your dick. You don't believe me? Just ask this guy.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fast forward to class one day, and we were in Miss Tootsie's class. Now, Miss Tootsie was one of those lit teachers. but not by choice. She was way too nice. She couldn't control the class for shit. And the crazy part was she never wanted any of the students to get in trouble. And I'm not a principal or anything, but if you let 13 and 14-year-old kids smell weakness in your teaching, we will dominate you. When I tell you we could literally do anything we wanted in that class, I mean anything.
Now to a brawl breaking out at a South Florida high school. The video was posted online and it is now going viral.
Puts that student into a headlock before both eventually fall to the floor.
Now this was perfect for me because I spent all of my time in class either daydreaming about Jade or actually messing with her. Because again, I already knew she liked me. But today, Jade was looking beautiful. I don't even remember what she did differently. I was 14 at the time. Maybe she put her hair in one of those messy buns. I mean, even to this day, I like when girls do that. I don't know, but it was more than enough for me to start planning my life out with her. I could see it now. Jade Walker. Giving her my last name and all. Fucking beautiful. But y'all know how that middle school love goes. You hell-bent over the fact that this shit gonna be forever. Meanwhile, shit only lasting a week and y'all broke up because you cut her in the lunch line. Needless to say, I made up my mind. I was gonna ask Jade to be my girlfriend. Hey. Hey. What you doing? I'm just, working on some schoolwork. Oh, nice. What do you want, Wyatt? Oh, nothing. I'm just, thought you looked really cute today. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Wanna be my girlfriend? What did you say? Nothing, forget it. The answer's yes.
My nigga.
Yo, I'm in a relationship now. Everything was different. Jade is my significant other. So now we're in the back of the class just talking about how we were about to spend the rest of our lives together. The weird thing was, me and Jade literally have never had a real genuine conversation before. Again, 13 and 14 years old. Our relationship was built off of teasing each other in class. So the fact that we were so infatuated with each other, it's pretty insane. But yeah, even at that age, your boy was about that action. I was trying to get some. And no, I'm not talking about sex. Y'all crazy as shit. I was in 6th grade. Kissing a girl at that age was the equivalent of me bagging the cheeks at my age now. And on the first day of dating, if I was able to pull this off, I'd probably go down as one of the smoothest 6th graders to grace this planet. Jade, since we're like official now, I was wondering if you've ever, kissed a guy before. No, I haven't. I see. Well, do you want me to be your first kiss? Maybe, only if you're ready. I don't want to move too fast or anything. Meanwhile, everyone in the class started to realize something was about to go down. People started surrounding me and Jade almost as if there was a school fight. All eyes were on us. Why? Everyone's looking. I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Don't worry about it, baby. Just focus on me. We slowly started to lean in, and this moment felt so magical. And then it finally happened. We locked lips. Bruh, what the fuck is going on? This girl almost fucking killed me. I went in for a smooch, an extended pop kiss. Jade literally, no exaggeration, stuck her entire tongue down my throat. Holy shit, I felt like I was deep throating this girl's tongue. No man should ever have to experience something going that deep down their throat. Unless that's your thing and you...
By the way, you're gay.
Her tongue was like that one girl from Instagram that got that long Alien vs. Predator, John. That shit is not from this earth, bro. I was gagging and gasping for air at the same time. She was getting into it and grabbing the back of my head and shit. This bitch is trying to kill me. Finally, I mustered up the strength and yanked this girl off of me. Why? What's wrong? Is everything okay? Is everything okay? What's wrong with you? You almost killed me! The entire class is watching, and I can start to feel her embarrassment. She literally just told me she's never kissed anyone else before. And it was clear that she was nervous. And I got that, but I don't know. I was so traumatized, all I could think was, this girl just tried to kill me. And I don't know what got over me, bruh.
何をしてる 立てよ父さん。忘れたのか。何をしにここに来たのか。復権派の仲間にダイナに進み続けるんだ。死んでも死んだ後も父さんが始めた物語だろう。
Jade, you long-tongued evil bitch! I'm breaking up with you, cause I can't be with no girl that can't kiss! Damn, that was fucked up. Jade's entire face turned so red, that shit started to look purple. And then she exploded into tears and ran out the classroom. Holy shit, I have never seen such sadness in my life before. Why did I do that? And why did I do that in front of the entire class? She did not deserve that shit. Lunchtime came around and I felt absolutely terrible. I had random people coming up to me all day, some making fun of her and some defending her, saying I was a piece of shit, which I was. It wasn't right away, but one day I actually built up the courage to apologize to her, and she didn't accept my apology. She actually told me she hated me and she never wanted to speak with me again. Rightfully so. Thankfully though, by the time we graduated middle school, she was over it. We even shared a dance together at the 8th grade prom. That was nice. Moral of the story, just because you did something bad doesn't make you a bad person. But at the very least, definitely try to be mindful of the people's feelings around you, or else you might say something or do something that might turn you into someone that you can't take back.
Where you at, Berto?
High school is honestly one of the most insane places on this planet. Just think about it. You stick a whole bunch of teenagers inside captivity for about 8 hours a day, expecting all of them to coexist. We got the horny kids, nerdy kids, sporty kids, corny kids, etc. And besides the fact that this is supposed to be an actual education system, in any other capacity, it sounds more like a psych ward. Certain people truly just aren't sane enough to sit down and just get an education. It's my sophomore year of high school, which is kind of a special time because as a sophomore, you've been around the block, you know the streets. So you're no longer like a newbie in the high school upper echelon, but you also haven't earned all your gym badges. There's still a lot of Pokemon to catch. So at this point, I had just gotten out of a real toxic relationship. If you want to know that story, I'll leave the link in the description or somewhere on the screen. That video is called I Fell in Love with a Thought Part 1 and 2. Yes, it had 2 parts. But after that relationship, I was in a different type of headspace. I honestly just needed a true distraction from my misery because I had experienced real heartbreak with a thotty. Fortunately enough for me, one of my friends at the time, Melo, was going through a similar situation. A little backstory on me and Melo: we weren't like best friends. He was kind of just an acquaintance to me and my friend group, but we were cool. But go ahead and bring 2 knuckleheads together, both heartbroken over some thotty, yeah, you're gonna start to bond. Everybody needs a shoulder to cry on. Metaphorically, of course, because I'll be damned to let my tears roll down another nigga's shoulder. But you get the point. Now, there's truly only 2 ways to deal with heartbreak. 1, focus on yourself, lock in, and become a better man. This is the good choice, the choice that I would advise any of my peers to take. This, my friends, was not the choice me and Melo took. We chose to distract ourselves with other women, and honestly, it was starting to get out of control. I had a lot of one-night stands and disappointing encounters on dating apps. These were really dark days. I'm not gonna lie, I cringe a little bit just thinking about the shit that I went through back then. I'm ashamed to say it, but I was going down a dark path. But here's the thing, Melo, on the other hand, he was going down a path that even I knew at some point you gotta draw the line. Let me introduce you to Daniela. Daniela was quite literally a demon. Not only was she a thought, but she was a freaky one. A freaky thought that had no boundaries. There was like something actually wrong with this girl and everyone knew it. I hate to be the type of guy to just feed into stereotypes, but the way Daniela carried herself, you could only wonder, where is this woman's father? Let me clear this up. Thoughts come in all shapes and sizes, but me personally, I'm pretty reluctant to just throw around the word thought so casually, especially back in high school. Because the reality of the situation, especially back then, a lot of girls would get into what I like to call situationships with men. And the reality is they end up really liking this guy, right? So they're falling for this guy and they go ahead and open up the V-box for this particular man. Then the guy goes pillow talking to the homies, and then some of y'all weird lame ass niggas start lying on your little bitty cocks. And then the rumors start to spread about how you are next in line to the V-box. And before you know it, this innocent little girl is labeled a thotty waddy. But the reality was she really just liked one guy. She fell in love. But shit just got blown out of proportion. I ain't gonna lie, some of y'all niggas be so weird and desperate. Like, don't lie on your cock, bro. Like, if you didn't hit the chick, why would you say that? Niggas just be making shit up. Regardless, what I'm trying to say is that's not what Daniela was. She embodied every part of being a thought. She enjoyed it. I once heard she hooked up with 3 men in the same night. And what's crazy is I didn't even think it was true until one day a fight broke out of nowhere, and it was Daniela fighting this girl who happened to be in a relationship with one of the niggas that everybody was saying she let hit. And Daniela went out of her way to clarify the rumors. When the fight got broken up, she just started yelling out, "And that's why I smashed your man and the homies, you big ugly." Like, bruh, the demon time this woman was on was nothing like I had ever seen before. So please understand how concerned I was from my boy Melo. He had opened up and told me that he had been hooking up and texting Daniela for the past couple of weeks. Come on, bruh. You cannot be serious, bruh. Berto, chill. We're just having fun, nigga. It ain't that deep. We both aren't looking for a relationship, so what's the issue? I mean, I feel you, dog, but that's Daniela, bro. She's for everybody. I don't care what phase you in. That's not a good look, fam. You just mad you ain't getting no play, nigga. I'm done with all this sad boy shit. I'm in my hot boy era. And that was cool and all, but like I said, Daniela wasn't the type of girl to have any morals. And whether my dog wanted to admit it or not, Melo was falling for this girl, bro. He started losing himself. Like, for example, we're at lunch, right? Everybody's cool and sitting talking shit, just regular lunch shit. But literally in front of everybody, you just got Melo and Daniela just all over each other. And some of y'all might be thinking, Berto, just mind your fucking business. Look, I feel that, but the reality is, I don't think there's any circumstance at a lunch table in the middle of the cafeteria that anybody should be French kissing at the lunch table. That don't make no sense. I'm not gonna co-sign in the middle of lunch 2 people just French kissing in the cafeteria, bruh. Like, come on, that's weird. That should not be happening in the middle of lunch at the lunch table, bruh. I don't care what nobody says. Call me what you want. Certain shit just unacceptable, dog. It was starting to get to the point that every day that went by, the things Melo and Daniela were starting to do in public, it started feeling more and more uncomfortable. Like, this is heading down a dark path. Y'all gotta kind of use your imagination a little bit, because I ain't trying to get my video demonetized, straight up. I need my coins. I'm sorry. But take my word for it. Shit was getting freaky and weird. So boom, Melo and Daniela had been on this freak train for like about a month now. We're in PE class, which happened to be the one class that we all had together. It was pouring outside that day, so everybody's inside the gymnasium just chilling. Our coach was real chill, so it was really just one of those days in the gym where everybody's just chilling, talking. There's not a lot of nothing going on. Now, in the beginning of the class, Melo was sitting next to me on the bleachers, and there was a good amount of other students that were also sitting in the bleacher area. We weren't even really talking or anything, but at some point, Melo gets up. He's like, "Hey, yo, I'm gonna be right back." So I'm like, cool, bet. So some time passed. I can't tell y'all exactly how long, but it had to have been at least, 15-20 minutes, right? And I start thinking to myself like, hey, yo, where'd this nigga go? He was nowhere to be found. I'm kind of just like looking side to side. I don't see him. And at the time, I wasn't necessarily thinking about Daniela because I wasn't even cool with her like that anyway. But looking back on the situation, she was nowhere to be found either. So I'm just sitting there, right? Starting to zone out. I'm probably thinking about why the fuck you niggas haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Hit that subscribe button, man. But then out of nowhere, I start hearing these noises. Hey, yo. What is that? So now I'm kind of looking around because I can't make out where this sound is coming from. And before you know it, the other students around me are kind of doing the same thing. Like, everybody's kind of like confused and making the same face like, yo, what's going on? What in the hell is this noise? Without context, it was really hard to make out what this noise was. But the intensity was starting to pick up, getting louder and louder until... Hey, yo, is somebody choking? What's going on? Suddenly, everybody in the gym now is frantically looking around. What is that noise? Fuck, baby, don't stop. Is that Melo's voice? That's Melo's voice. Did this man lose his goddamn mind? It was almost as if everyone in the class simultaneously figured out what the hell was going on. Melo was missing, and somebody was giving him that gok 3000. And the noise was coming from behind the bleachers. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to even demonstrate the sound effects that Daniela was making back there, bruh. But the things we were hearing from behind that bleacher, it was more than apparent that Daniela and Melo were completely in their own world. They couldn't care less about what they were doing. And before you know it, every student in the class, my nigga, is surrounding the back of the bleachers, peeking their heads in and taking their cell phones out to see what is taking place behind these bleachers. Recording these two idiots going crazy. And the worst part is, bruh, they did not stop. I'm standing there watching this whole thing unfold, thinking to myself, this guy Melo, bruh, he is going out so sad right now, man. I can't tell if he just doesn't care that everybody's watching or if he just genuinely doesn't know. Either way, the answer was the same. Daniela was giving this man the work, had him in a trance, hypnotizing his dumb ass. It wasn't long before the coach realized all the commotion, man. He came to take a peek for himself. And not even on no weird shit, when the coach pulled up, he stopped and stared. But I think it was more just in shock at what he was actually looking at. He couldn't believe what he was seeing. He obviously yelled at them, ran over there, and just broke everything up. It was insane. Yo, the faces that Melo and Daniela were making were absolutely priceless. Like, it was complete fear and shock at the same time. Like, did you not think you was about to get caught? Like, what? There was some embarrassment in there too, man, but wow. Just wow. I think even for Daniela, in that moment, she realized how low she had stooped, because I ain't never see her make such a embarrassed face, bruh. I don't even think she was prepared for what she just got caught for. And believe it or not, that was actually the last day I ever spoke to Melo again in life, because he got expelled. Rumor has it that Daniela moved to a completely different state. Honestly, how couldn't she? Getting caught for some shit like that, you gotta start a whole new life, not gonna lie. You can't get caught doing dumb shit like that, bruh. Daniela, wherever you are, I hope you got your act together, girl. That's definitely one of them stories you just gotta take to the grave, because especially as a woman, yeah, you gonna be single forever if you ever tell somebody you got caught doing that. Or maybe her and Melo are happily ever after right now, probably married with kids. Two idiots made for each other, happily in love. I don't know. Like I said, man, high school is crazy.
Where you at, Berto?
So here we have Chris, a natural born talent. Since the day he was born, he excelled in absolutely everything. He truly was the most talented boy in his class, all throughout high school. All the ladies loved him, and we can't forget to mention that his dad was the wealthiest man in the school. He's the best player on the football team, and it looks like he's bound to make the NFL. Teachers even let him skip class because why not? He's most clearly the kid with the most potential. And in that same class, we have Alan, born an average Joe. He's not particularly the smartest guy in the classroom, and if we're gonna be honest, he's probably closer to being one of the dumbest. It's really hard for him to understand and learn things, but at least he's not the ugliest. But his confidence is pretty low, so women tend to realize this and avoid him altogether. His trajectory in life is just to be another ant on the wall. His presence is so insignificant, he struggles to make friends in school, and it's not like people dislike him. The reality is, we just don't care. But one day, Alan has an epiphany. I don't want to be average. I want to be great. I want to be smarter, stronger, more ambitious. And with this newfound ambition, Alan, for the first time in his life, has an actual goal. He's not 100% sure what his life after high school looks like, but he knows one thing. If he doesn't make changes in his life right now, he's gonna stay in the same position forever. So now, when Chris is getting invited to all the after-school parties, Alan was in the gym. When Chris was skipping class and hanging out with the cool kids, Alan made sure he got to class on time. When Chris spent all his free time focusing on women and petty high school relationships, Alan was learning how to love himself. He started to understand that he couldn't be enough for somebody else if he wasn't satisfied with the person he wanted to be. He was young and he had his entire life ahead of him to figure out love. So many of us get caught up in the present that we stop thinking about the future. Fast forward 6 years after graduation, and Alan is on his way to graduating law school to become a lawyer. And Chris, he's stuck in his hometown, working at a gym. He ended up not being as good of a football player they made him out to be, but honestly, he just never really put the work in to reach his full potential, even though the potential was there all along. But it's kind of crazy how things didn't really pan out based on what everyone thought about him back in high school. This story might come off a little bit extreme, but the reality is this honestly happens to kids every day. If you guys were anything like me back in high school, so much of that time was spent trying to impress others. Just doing things that you thought were cool just because you thought they were the cool thing to do, instead of investing that time back into yourself and focusing on things you actually give a fuck about doing. I wanted to make this video because I realized that a lot of the people that watch my videos are my young niggas that are in high school, or y'all are probably just getting out of high school still trying to figure shit out. And I be seeing y'all comments, man. Y'all be letting me know how y'all be learning shit from the dumb shit that I used to do back in school, and how you kind of appreciate that different perspective that I be providing. So here we are. High school isn't forever. So the last thing you want to do in high school is peak there. What does it mean to peak in high school? Pretty much somebody like Chris. I use Vegeta as Chris because I think Vegeta and Goku are really two characters that parallel well in this type of scenario, because if you think about it, Vegeta was this naturally talented kid. He never really had to work hard. He was born with all his strength. Versus Goku, he got sent to a whole different planet and pretty much had to work his way up the ladder. And Goku, outside of his potential with his Saiyan blood, like, he really had to get it out the mud. He's somebody that came from nothing and is literally the strongest anime character in the history of anime. Minus One Punch Man, but we could have that debate. So bringing that back down to like a real life scenario, Chris had all the opportunities to be great, all the glory, all the talent, but he prioritized his ego and his status in school over his self-development. And because of that, even though he had the potential to be great, he got complacent and he thought he was already good enough. And when that real world shit starts to hit you, bro, you're gonna quickly find out that you might just be a big fish in a small pond. So now you've peaked, you're in the present, reminiscing on the past, reminiscing on what could have been, what should have been, or maybe you're just still so delusional you still think you're that guy. We all know that person. But because you didn't really develop any real life skills, instead of being the shit, you actually are just shit. You suck. That girl who all the guys like, she's bad as fuck. Yo simp ass probably would have gave away one of your fingers to be with her. Fast forward, she's pregnant at 18 because she was over sexualized in high school, and unfortunately she fed into it. Her life goals and mentality was led by who she was with and how good she looked. So of course she was getting smashed. So now she got to deal with this baby. And of course, in a lot of scenarios, that's a blessing. But what I really want to focus on is, because of this, she didn't really have a chance to actually grow up and develop the way she probably could have to be more mature for this situation. Because let's call a spade, birthing a child is a big responsibility. Because if she makes that decision to be a great mother, like I'm sure she will, at that point in her life, everything is going to be dedicated to raising this child the right way, to the best of her ability. Which is obviously commendable, but that's not the point of this video. Is that really what she wanted for herself at the age of 18? Sometimes even earlier. And then we got the all-star athlete who was clearly the best player in the entire school. He scored all the points, he broke all the records. He was even getting all the big Division I scholarships. His grades were just good enough so that he could play. Because the reality is, he didn't really care about education like that. He probably had someone else doing his homework, honestly. And even though it's true, like honestly, half the shit you learn in high school, you're not gonna be using that shit in everyday life. But a lot of things a lot of y'all don't talk about is the fact that reading and writing and solving math problems, sometimes it's just to get the wheels in your little brain turning, man. Learning that bullshit in high school sometimes is literally just so you can understand how to solve problems in general. Look, man, I'm not the fucking advocate for high school education. What I'm just trying to say is, things that you might not appreciate back then, you don't really realize how much it affects the way you think now. So back to the player, even though he was the best player at his sport, in general, he didn't really develop much problem-solving skills. The only skills he had could help him accelerate on the court or on the field, but what about after that? What about life? So unfortunately, our 5-star recruit, he gets hurt. Thankfully, he's gonna be okay. But the doctor, he says he's probably not going to be able to play professionally. What do you do when your entire identity for the past 4 years was this sport? Again, these are extreme examples, but they are real examples. Peaking in high school comes in all shapes and sizes. I know this might feel like somewhat of a more serious video, but honestly, I just wanted to get on here and see if I could spit that real with y'all. Maybe I could provide some value for anybody that needs it. I'm just like you guys. I'm a regular dude that went through life and made a lot of stupid mistakes. That's why I feel like I could talk about this shit, because I really went through a lot of this shit. I don't consider myself an old head yet. At least I hope not. I don't know what the fuck y'all niggas think, but I'm gonna do my best to give some insight when I can. And this video isn't to bash anyone that feels like they've peaked in high school, because honestly it's okay. Because the reality is it's never too late to make changes, to get on that right path and do what you really want to do in life. But the first step of doing that is facing reality. If you peaked, nigga, you peaked. But that doesn't mean you can't start over. Because for example, I personally was going down a path in high school that I probably would have regretted for my entire life. If you're a frequent watcher on my channel, you probably would have heard me say millions and millions of times that I used to play basketball in high school. It was probably my first love before music or content creation. And even though a lot of times I catch myself saying that it was my first love, like basketball was my first love, when I really sit back and think about it, before I ever started hooping, like I used to draw a lot. I used to make music. I used to record myself like making songs on my computer. And this is like before middle school, bro. Like I literally used to just sit there, draw my favorite cartoon characters and like Ben 10, Goku. I love drawing shit from Ben 10. I used to draw Heat Blast, Forearms. Ben 10 was fire. I don't fuck with the reboots though. So at a young age, I was really passionate about this shit. But I do remember like when I started to get to high school, I started to realize that young niggas my age, they were getting all the female validation because they played sports and they were good. And as a young man, it's sad to say, man, but like when you start to see like, oh wait, this is how you get the hoes, man, fuck all the other shit I'm doing. I'm trying to be like one of them athlete niggas for real. At least that's how I was thinking. It's kind of sad to say, but deep down it's true, man. That's honestly probably what pushed me away from doing music and art. I wanted to fit in with what the other guys were doing. I wanted to be an athlete now. I wanted validation from my peers. And I'm not gonna sit here and cap and talk shit about sports either. I mean, bro, I learned so many life lessons from playing sports. Basketball specifically, it helped me with discipline, my mindset on how not to give up on my goals. There's some shit that sports really will teach you. But on the other side, I also think it hindered my social skills and my creativity. I don't know what it was, because before sports, there's definitely right now, there's probably videos of me floating around the internet doing stupid shit, bro. Like shit that I honestly wish I could delete, but I don't know what the username is, the channel name. I do know where some of the videos are. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll leave that up to y'all. I'm not linking that to y'all. But the point is, I was really passionate about YouTube when YouTube first came out, bro. I was posting YouTube videos, but again, I gave up on that shit because I was like, nah, I need to be an athlete. And it's crazy because full circle, look at what I'm doing. I was a nerd, bro. I liked anime. Literally used to make videos not for clout. I just wanted to make videos and put it out there. But when my goals and mindset shifted towards sports, you know, I started really feeling like, yo, I'm gonna go to the NBA, bro. That's the only thing I want. I want to be an NBA player. I'm, you know, Mamba mentality, man. And even though that's dope, like, but the only thing I was thinking about was basketball. Basketball and bitches. And get good grades so that I can play basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally my entire identity was surrounded by that. Hoop dreams in the bio. You all know them niggas, bro. You all know them niggas. Everybody's going to the NBA, but the reality is 99.9999999% of us ain't going to the fucking NBA, bro. But I'll never forget what happened, and I think this was one of the big things that changed the trajectory of my life and my mindset. I'm a senior in high school and I'm just like super stressed out because I only had a couple of scholarship offers to go play basketball at these schools. They were Division II offers. But again, I'm supposed to be a nigga that's going to the NBA, so I can't settle for Division II. I need to get Division I offers, or so I thought. It's like, bro, All this hard work is getting you a free education, but you're not satisfied because these niggas are getting D1 offers. Like, bro, what? But you know what they say, man, vision's always 20/20 when you're looking backwards, bro. But anyway, I'm over there comparing myself to other high school niggas, and I'm upset because I'm not satisfied, bro. I'm literally depressed. I'm like, yo, I don't want no trash D2 offer, bro. Now, on another note, there was this guy, and let's just call him Brandon. Brandon went to a huge, big name Division I school. He graduated from my high school, so everybody knew how good he was. Like, he was one of the best players in the country type shit. I promise you, when this nigga was a senior, bro, and I was a freshman, the only thing you would hear is, this man is going to the league. NBA him. Give him an NBA contract right now, bro. He was like that. He was tough. Coming down the lane, dunking on niggas. Ugh, like he was nasty, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But let me stop stroking that nigga. So one day, I walk into one of my classrooms and I sit down on my desk. But for some reason, the teacher wasn't in the class. I'm sure y'all have experienced something like this before. Like, you get to class not early, but kind of semi on time, and all the kids are in the classroom, but the teacher's nowhere to be found. So everybody's in the room bullshitting, talking, throwing paper around, you know, regular ignorant high school nigga shit. So when the door finally opened, and I kid you not, Brandon, NBA bound college athlete, walks through the door because he was our substitute teacher for the day. My jaw hit the floor, nigga. Whoa, what are you doing here? I couldn't understand it. This guy's a legend. Why is he substitute teaching my class? The rest of the kids in my class, some of them noticed, some of them didn't, but for the most part, everyone just kind of acted normal. It wasn't a big deal for them. But for me, I'm like, yo, this is like the guy. Like, what is he doing here? I was just watching you on ESPN dropping 30, bro. Like, what the fuck? Brandon, what are you doing here? And why are you substitute teaching, bro? The advice this guy gave me, man, it stuck with me forever. It was almost as if he could read my heart. He just looked at me and said, I got hurt, man, and I'm really still trying to figure things out. But I know you be playing basketball too, and I just want to let you know, bro, there's more to life than basketball. Make sure you're truly chasing your dreams and not somebody else's. Damn, Brandon. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't quit playing basketball right then and there, but I never forgot that moment and what he said to me. And when it was time for me to go off to college to play basketball, I really thought about that shit and I decided not to go. And right then and there, I decided to chase my dreams of being a content creator instead of playing basketball. And even though till this day I'm still here grinding, I haven't made it yet, I love what I'm doing, bro. I could not be more grateful for the ups and downs of this journey because I'm chasing something that actually matters to me, something that's actually precious to me. There's things that I've done and memories that I've been through that no one can take away from me and I'm proud of, you know what I'm saying? In the past 3 years, I've really just been focusing on this YouTube shit and it's crazy. Like, we're almost at 100,000. Like, we're like 70% there, bruh. So like, yo, what the fuck? And sometimes I just think to myself, like, what would life be like right now if I would have gone to college and played basketball and, I don't know, tried to like be a pro or something. Like, I'm not saying it would have been bad, but all that was rooted out of wanting to prove myself to others, show other people that I was good enough, show other people that, you know, I was the man too. I could have a Division I scholarship too. I could, you know, be the nigga that is like the best player on the court. Now, don't get it twisted. If you want a bucket, I can give you a bucket. But I wasn't going to the NBA, man. That's just my story. And I really wonder if I would have went down that path, if I would have felt as happy and fulfilling as I do now, chasing what I love. I don't know, man. I don't know. So if I have any advice for you guys, if you're in high school right now, or even if you're the guy I'm talking shit about that did peak in high school, it's okay, bro. You're older now, you're trying to figure shit out, you feel stuck in life, it happens. I'm gonna start off with the young dude first. Focus on what you're passionate about. Look at the RDC group. Back when they were in high school, anime wasn't cool. It wasn't cool to be like talking about anime in public. They were dressing up as anime characters, just making these anime skits. Just think back 10, 12 years. Just imagine what people were saying about them back then. Y'all niggas are lame as shit. Especially as a black kid, bro. Like, let's just keep it a spade, bro. Like, what do I look like dressing up as Luffy and Naruto running around doing that shit back in high school? Like, bro, they would think I'm a clown. But fast forward to now, because they chased their dreams, they stayed true to themselves. They did what, you know, was passionate to them, what they thought was cool. Not what everybody else thought was cool. They did what they thought was cool. They're one of the biggest, most influential people of our culture today. And it's crazy because all the things that were lame back then are cool now. That little 4 years in high school, bro, that shit don't mean shit to the big scale of your entire life. Or at least it doesn't have to. So you might as well focus on things that you're actually passionate about. And if you're not passionate about things, try things, bro. Like, how are you gonna end up passionate about nothing if you're not trying nothing? There's so much out there. E-commerce, content creation, fashion, science. Possibilities are endless, dude. And maybe you are the type of person that likes like school shit, bruh. If you want to be a doctor or some shit, focus on that. Focus on things you want to do. And if you don't know what you want to do, try things, bruh. Try. It's okay to try. It's okay to try and fail. It's literally okay to try something and be like, yo, I fucking hate this. This sucks. I don't want to do this. How you gonna know if you don't like it if you don't try it? How you gonna know you do like it if you don't try it? That's a lot of try it's, but you gotta do it. Lock in and try to figure it out, because I promise you, you're wasting your time if you mold your entire personality on these 4 years trying to impress people that you're probably never gonna see again after you graduate. For my slightly older guys who feel like you might have peaked or you just got out of high school, you don't really know what to do, it's not too late for you either, bro. You just gotta be a little bit more disciplined on focusing and prioritizing what you got going on, because now that you're older, you probably got a little bit more responsibilities. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but grow up, become organized, like real shit. Like, I don't know how to sugarcoat it, because 9 times out of 10 you don't need the sugarcoat, my nigga. Like, you just need to sit back, make a list of what you want to do, what you want to try to do, and then prioritize. Instead of playing the game for 3 hours, maybe only play it for an hour and fucking try some shit that is actually matters in life. Or maybe you're trying to be a gamer, so maybe you need to play the game more. You understand what I'm trying to say? Prioritize your time. You're older now, but there's no excuse. I don't give a fuck if all you have is 20 extra minutes a day to do something that you're passionate about. Then use the 20 minutes. Stop giving your energy into, oh, I can't do this because I don't have enough time. All you got is 20 minutes a day. Then you need to schedule those 20 minutes and make sure you show up for those 20 minutes and get it done. And chances are you probably got more than 20 minutes if you actually take the time to organize and figure some shit out. Look, I'm not perfect, man. I'm not gonna be the guy. This is not a fucking self-help channel, because I'm far from perfect. I don't know what to tell you. Be yourself, do what you want to do, and stand on that shit. Because 9 out of 10 times, if you fast forward 10 years into the future, even if you fucking failed every time you tried to do something, you're gonna be proud because you tried. You working on you. You doing what you want to do. You're not being controlled by the narrative that probably started in your little 4 years of high school. Be great, gangsters. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Hit that subscribe button.
Where you at, Berto?
College isn't for everybody. Some people want to be doctors when they grow up, saving lives, working on the front lines to make the world a healthier place. And some people want to be lawyers, out here trying to get people out of prison, even if they did the crime. As long as that bag keep coming through, who really cares if they're even innocent, right? Yeah, I killed that bitch, I ain't gonna lie. That one was a joke. You can laugh. But the point is, in America, there are lots of high-paying jobs, but they might require you to slave away reading books, and then you're gonna have to pass a copy and paste test, just so you can receive a tiny piece of paper that we call a degree. And this degree is supposed to mean that you know what the hell you're doing when you get your job. But the reality is, deep down, we both know you don't. Whether you like it or not, going to college is very important, especially if you're trying to get a job, like something similar to what I mentioned earlier. The good news is, if you're anything like me, college isn't the end-all be-all. There's plenty of great paying jobs out there that doesn't even require you to remember encyclopedias just so you can be recognized that you're worth something. Like being a truck driver, a great salesman, or even draw pictures on the internet and post them on YouTube. As ridiculous as it sounds, we do live in a new new era where you technically can do anything you want as long as you put the work in. So I'm not saying college is bad, but depending on what you might want to really do with your life, it could be a waste of time. Because in a lot of cases, if you actually know what you want to do with your life, you don't really need to go. And that's not even considering how expensive college is nowadays. That's a whole different conversation. Luckily for me though, I was able to kind of figure out early on that my goals didn't really align with college. There was a point in my life where being a professional athlete was my end goal. I was able to snap back into reality with some real life lessons. I talked about these lessons in this video called Don't Fall Off After High School. I'll leave that pinned somewhere up top so you guys can go check that one out. But basically, I didn't want to play basketball anymore and I wanted to take my dreams of becoming a content creator seriously. So that's what I did. Now the caveat to that is, sure, I found something that I was passionate about and actually wanted to pursue, but I need you to just try and imagine my mom's reaction when I tried to tell her, yeah, I'm not gonna take this basketball scholarship to go to college for free and get a free education at a good school so I can just make videos at home and post them on the internet for free, and then maybe at some point down the line I'll get paid. Maybe. So just like many other teenagers with no say in the matter, I was forced to enroll into some sort of college. And that college was community college for me. Now I do have to give my mom a little bit more credit. She's been very supportive of all the things I've tried to pursue in my life. But I was obviously going through a transitional stage when it comes to my career. So my mom felt like college was probably a good place for me to expand my horizon and try to figure something out. Which, looking back at it, I didn't really agree with it then, but I definitely do now. Because the reality is, if you're not sure what you want to do yet, or at least not sure how to go about it, the answer is not in return doing nothing. So if you're still trying to figure it out, going to college honestly is not that bad, man. It's definitely better than just sitting in your mom's couch all day, just mindlessly doing nothing, getting lost in your thoughts about how you think you want to do some shit. With all that being said, the reality was I still gave zero fucks about going to school. I quickly started to understand that the only reason I got good grades in high school was because I was playing a sport, and to play sports, I needed to get good grades. But you take the sports away, I could give a fuck about getting good grades. So now, all that mental capacity I had on focusing on school, it was completely depleted because now I felt like I didn't really have a purpose of even being there in the first place. Knowing this, I only signed up for one college class for the semester. I couldn't even begin to understand taking 4, maybe 5, and God willing 6 college classes in one semester. Oh no, I couldn't do that. At the college level? What are we talking about? I know that's probably what normal people would do, but bro, I was so mentally out of it at that point. One class is all I could tolerate. I just wanted to focus on content, nothing else. So I literally did the bare minimum that I could report to my mom and tell her that, yeah, I am going to college. Because at that point, I knew as a young adult, my mom would kind of just take my word for it. It's not like she was gonna go check or anything. As long as she knew I was going to college and kind of showing up on a college campus every day to go to class, I'm pretty sure she'd buy it. If you're watching this, Mom, I wasn't lying. I just was, you know, kind of stretching the truth, you know what I'm saying? So boom, I signed up for this class, right? But not only was it one singular class, I signed up for a physical education class. Bruh. The one college credit I have to my name is a physical education class. I need y'all to understand this. I could have taken English, science, math. I could have took a art class, literally anything that could have actually amounted to something in the real world. I took a physical education class. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was like the only thing I felt I could stomach at the time. I had to show up one time a week to go to this class. That was all I could do. I know I sound like an idiot, but this was my mindset at the time. Your boy was taking PE in college. So another thing about community college, it's not like regular college university. In a lot of ways, it's kind of like a upgraded high school. I know you guys hear the stories about the college parties and the dorms and all that. I didn't really get that experience because the community college that I went to, it was really close to my mom's house. So I just drove to college every day and I just drove back home after I was done with school. So it felt a lot like high school. And for the most part, from what I could see, that was kind of the same energy that a lot of the students on campus had. Everyone's there to just get their work done and go home, kind of minding their business, doing their own thing. If I had to imagine, I think universities had a lot more community building and a lot more socializing. But what do I know? I didn't even fucking go. So it's my first day of class. I'm obviously just chilling. I'm kind of just sitting back listening to the teacher, who we're gonna call for the sake of this video Mr. Jin. He's kind of just going over the rules of his class and what to expect over the course of the semester. And I'm just sitting there struggling to fall asleep, and then all of a sudden I hear, "God damn, I thought PE was supposed to be easy." There it was, a fellow brother. Someone who was speaking my language. Someone who gets me. I wasn't signing up for hard work. I wanted this class to be easy. I picked PE because I didn't think it required much brain power. And on this first day of class, after hearing a fellow brother full of ignorance, I knew that I was not going to be alone on this journey. I now had a friend to endure this misery with, and this friend's name was Ty. That's not his real name, but let's just roll with it. Now, me and Ty, in all seriousness, we weren't best friends, but we had this class together. So I'm not gonna lie, right away, we kind of became best friends in class. We had a lot of the same interests, we were around the same age, and we were even into the same type of woman. So as you can imagine, there was just a lot of fuck shit going on in class. Like I told y'all earlier, community college was honestly like a glorified high school. I'm talking even down to the classroom sizes, bruh. When you think about college, you probably were thinking like these huge auditoriums with thousands of students kind of spread out with just a little professor on a stage in the middle. At best, our little PE class only had like 40 students in it, and the classroom literally looked like a high school classroom. So definitely as like a first year student of college with that type of vibe, we were on some shit. Now you also might be wondering, why is a PE class taking place in a classroom in the first place? Well, again, much to me and Ty's surprise, if we actually would have read their requirements for the class, we would have found out that half the class was physical and half the class would be taking place in the classroom, studying the health of the body and bullshit like that. Now I gotta admit, even with all that being said, Mr. Jin, he was actually pretty chill. He never really made shit feel too complicated, and he was like one of those fun type of teachers, you know? So even his lectures in class wasn't too hard to grasp. So it wasn't that bad. But since me and Ty had each other to kind of just goof off, it did start to get to the point where we both were probably considered like the class clowns. Always cracking unnecessary jokes, always talking about some bullshit in the back of the class. But don't get it twisted. Even though we was fucking around, PE was virtually impossible to fail. I mean, you pretty much got good grades just by showing up. So as far as me and Ty could tell, shit was going smooth. College is a breeze. So boom, it's been a couple months and it's finally the last day of class. It was a regular day, nothing in particularly special about this day. Mr. Jin had us do a couple of workouts, and me and Ty even exchanged numbers this day because it was gonna be our last time potentially seeing each other. He was a good dude, so we definitely wanted to keep the friendship going like after class and all. So there's like 10 minutes left in class, bro, and we're just sitting back chilling, just waiting for the clock to hit 1 p.m. And out of nowhere, Mr. Jin just casually let us know, "Oh yeah, before I forget guys, I'll be grading your semester online homework tonight, so you can expect that to be reflected in your grade by tomorrow morning. Now remember, it's 70% of your grade, so it's going to be making a big difference when it drops." Whoa, wait a second. What the hell did he just say? Homework? Ty, you knew we had homework to do?
Hell yeah. Why? You ain't do it?
What? Are you being serious right now?
I'll just go with you. Hell nah. I ain't even know we had homework to do, bro. I am fucked. It is over.
Bro, we're fucked.
And I think that shit is 70% of our grade? Say goodbye.
So now we're both sitting there stressed as fuck. I'm talking distortion of the mind, brother. Because this wasn't the type of situation where it's like, oh, we just forgot to do the homework last night. We probably can finesse, copy somebody real quick, turn it in by the end of class, and we're straight. Nah, bro. I'm talking a whole semester's worth of homework that we were supposed to be doing online that we did not do. And class ends in 10 minutes. There was no way we were gonna be able to figure this shit out. We're cooked. End of conversation. So class ends, and as you can imagine, me and Ty stay after class so we can grab a couple words with Mr. Jin. Yeah, so Mr. Jin, we just wanted to let you know you didn't do any of the homework assignments. Damn, how'd you know that? You two didn't strike me as the type to read the syllabus. Damn, Mr. Jen, you low-key judging the fuck out of a nigga right now, but you not even lying though. Because we for sure as hell didn't read that shit.
How can we make this right, bro? You said it was 70% of our grade. I took a lot of L's in my life, but I don't think I can afford to take this one.
Facts, Mr. Jen. This is my first college class. Matter of fact, this is my only college class. And it's PE. I can't tell my mama I failed PE, Mr. Jen. Alright, y'all, look. I was a teenager once like you. And y'all are good boys, so I'll tell you what. It's 1:30 p.m. right now. I'm gonna be finishing up here in about an hour. So if y'all can get back to me by 2:30 with 2 bottles of Henny, I'll call it even. And y'all won't even have to worry about failing my class. Hold up, bro. Did he just say what I think he just said? God, strike me down right now if I'm lying. On God. I cannot make this shit up. This is 100% a true story. I promise. I can't make this shit up. Mr. Jin said if we brought him back 2 bottles of Henny by 2:30, he'd let us slide. 100% not what I was expecting to hear. But at the end of the day, if we can make it work, let's make it work, baby. We were both shocked as hell. But this is one of those situations where it's fight or flight. Do or die. If this man needed 2 bottles of Henny, we was gonna give him 2 bottles of Henny.
Yo, you don't know how much
you,
I appreciate this, sir. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
Man, y'all better get going, cause y'all ain't gonna be thanking me if I don't have my stuff by 2:30. Me and Ty just looked at each other and raced out that classroom so fast, bro, I ain't even gonna lie to you. So now we racing down the block trying to find the closest liquor store. And if you don't know, I never really was into alcohol. I didn't drink it back then, I still don't drink it now. So I wasn't very knowledgeable about the process of getting it. So y'all gotta believe me how annoyed I was when we finally get to the front of the line at the liquor store and shorty gonna ask me if I'm 21. Like, bruh, I had just turned 20 at the time. I looked over at Ty. Yo, bruh, are you 21?
Hell yeah.
Oh, we good then. Miss Clerk Lady, my dog here is 21, so he's just gonna handle this for us. Okay. Do you have an ID?
Yeah, I got one of those.
Can I see it, please?
Well, you see, like, I got it, but it's just kind of not like on me. Oh, you gotta be 21 to drink alcohol. You could be 18 to join the military, but you gotta be 21 to drink alcohol. It's stupid. It don't even make any sense.
So at this point, we only got 25 to 30 minutes left on the clock, man. We down bad and we Hennyless. And we was about to be homeless after our parents kick us out for failing physical education. There was only one thing left to do. We literally just started walking up to random people in the shopping center parking lot, just desperately asking people if they were 21 and if they'd be willing to go inside the liquor store and buy us some Henny. And just think about this for a second. This is not an easy ask because any responsible adult is not just gonna buy lick for 2 strangers who clearly look younger than 21. Shit, I just turned 28 today and I still get asked for IDs. So you can only imagine how young I looked at 19, bro. So we're asking, we're getting denied left and right, left and right, left and right. And finally, by the grace of God, hey yo, aren't you Berto? I see you on the come up, bro. Keep going. Definitely want to see you win. No fucking way. A random person recognized me. For the sake of the story, I'm just gonna call him Jeffrey. But Jeffrey recognized me from the internet and stopped to say what's up. But y'all don't understand how unlikely and unrealistic this is. Because at the time, I was a nobody. I don't even think I had 1,000 subscribers, bro. My best guess to justify how he probably even knew who I was, he was probably just like a local person that knew somebody that I knew that might have reposted one of my videos at some point, but it had to have been like a local thing, because that's the only way it makes sense, because I promise you, bro, I was a nobody. Like, I don't even know if I had 100 subs, like straight up, bro. But regardless, the only reason this matters is because Jeffrey just might be the person we needed. It's Jeffrey, right? Let me ask you something, buddy. Are you over the age of 21? Yeah, man. Why? What's up? Perfect. We explained the situation at hand, and our good friend Jeffrey, God bless his soul, he did exactly what we needed him to do. Me and Ty forward back to the college campus. We drop off the goods to our alcoholic college professor, and sure enough, he stayed true to his word, and that's how we passed physical education in college. I swear this is a real story, bro. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I swear it's real. But it wasn't much longer after that I finally built up the courage to jump off the Porsche, drop out of college, move to a different state, and truly pursue my dreams of being a content creator. Fast forward 9 years later, and we finally have over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank God. And make sure you go subscribe to my second channel because I would love to get a placky wacky on that one too. But the point is, don't give up on your dreams, man. And if you don't know what you want to do, maybe you do have to go to college and figure it out. College could be a great opportunity to meet new people, try new things, and just get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you might fuck around and learn some shit because you're actually a dumbass. It's more about discovering who you are and in some realities changing into the person you want to be. If I'm being honest, I don't know why anybody would even want to stay the same. I personally get so much anxiety when I think about being in the same place forever. Because even when you do accomplish everything you've been planning for, there's always going to be some level of wanting to elevate, even if it's not in the same exact thing you were chasing in the first place. You know what I'm saying? College is just one of those things that could really just be a tool to set you up for your future, or it could be a complete waste of time and put you in a lot of debt. So no matter if you choose to go or not, just remember, the reality is yours to control. But I will say this. If you do decide to go to college and somehow end up in a very similar situation as me and you forget to do your homework, I wouldn't hold your breath on expecting the same outcome. Because that, my friend, that would be insanity and you'll probably be screwed.
Where you at, Berto?
When I think back about my time during school, I'd have to say middle school has to be my favorite. 6th grade specifically. It was a time where it just felt like nothing really mattered too much, you know? The schoolwork wasn't that hard because, I mean, grades didn't really matter till high school anyway. And it was such an easy time to make friends because shit, we all just came out of elementary school. Like, nigga, everybody still had backpacks the size of our bodies. Like, come on, we were all in this together. And honestly, that's just how I felt when I was in middle school. Everyone was just nice and we all wanted to have a good time. Except for this one guy. His name was Elvis. You see, Elvis grew up on what some might call the hood, the bad part of the neighborhood. And I guess from a young age, he was a little bit more mature in all the wrong ways. This guy was in 6th grade and really thought he was a gangster, like a real gangster. Now, I don't want to take anything away from y'all real G's out there. I know it's hard out here in the streets. And some of y'all been gang banging since you were a little boy. Like my boy Bobby Schmurda. He's been selling crack since like the 5th grade. It's crazy. So it wasn't out of the realm of possibility that this 6th grader was a gangster. But see, the thing with Elvis was, we all lived in the same neighborhood. We went to the same school. I've seen his parents before. This guy was a true suburban dude.
Oh wow.
We all were. But for some reason, this guy always tried to make it seem like he was about that life. Like, man really used to tell people that he was catching bodies. Like, dude, you're like 4'10". You couldn't kill my dog. But he would bully the other kids. He always came to school with a red bandana like a real blood. And he never had any respect for anybody but himself. Now, me on the other hand, I treated everybody the same. I always figured if you treat people the way you want to be treated, you shouldn't have any problems. And because of that, I guess it made me kind of popular with all the other kids at my school. And I played basketball, so I'm sure that helped out. But nonetheless, I was truly a genuine person, and I guess that helped out with my popularity. But Elvis, he didn't like that. And I ain't no hater or anything, but if there's anything I dislike more than a bully, it's gotta be a fake gangster. And because of that, me and Elvis didn't I can't say that word, but you know which one I'm talking about. Me and Elvis didn't really like each other. But in all honesty, when it came to me and Elvis, Elvis normally stayed in his lane. Until one day. It was a regular early morning at school, and before class, all the 6th graders would meet at the bleachers and wait for the school bell to ring so we could go to class. So I'm just there talking to my friends, probably debating who's stronger, Superman or Goku. Goku would absolutely solo the entire DC universe. But anyway, just regular 6th grader conversation. But then I heard some commotion coming over from the west side of the bleachers. It was Elvis. He was shoving people out of the way, trying to get to the water fountain. He was causing what many Karens would call a scene. I'm looking around and everybody's faces just seem to be struck with fear. Now, of course, I was thinking to myself, this guy is such an asshole. But again, when it came to me and Elvis, we both knew we didn't like each other. So I just turned back around and continued to talk to my friends. And as soon as I turned my back, I was laid out on the floor. This man Elvis not only shoved me, but pushed me on the floor in front of my friends. I was so embarrassed. I could see the faces of everyone around me. I can't let him disrespect me like this. And before I could even really react, this man said,
"Move out of the way and make room for the king."
My pride was destroyed. I blacked out. Hey, what are y'all doing? The security guard, Mr. Raymer, caught us. We were so caught up in the fight, we both didn't even see him coming. So after Mr. Raymer stopped yelling at us for about 10 minutes straight, he made us sit in the back of his golf cart because he was taking us straight to the principal's office. Now, me and Elvis at this point absolutely cannot stand each other. But we had one thing in common. We didn't want to get in trouble. Yo, bro, what do you want, man? Look, I know we have our differences. Yeah, and I'm not trying to get in trouble right now, man. I mean, I guess I'm not either. Well, what do you say, man? Why don't we just, I don't know, why don't we just work together? Just this once. Man, bro, it's that or we both might get suspended. Whatever, man. Just this once. We got into the principal's office and told her it was all a big misunderstanding. We were just play fighting, but nothing serious. We were actually best friends. I mean, look at us. The best of friends. The absolute best. We got off the hook with a lunch detention. We didn't even get a parent phone call. We finessed that shit. So Elvis was good, I was good, and after that day, Elvis never really messed with me ever again. I mean, there was this one other time, but that's a story for another day. I even think by the end of 8th grade, we were no longer enemies, but, you know, well acquainted. Maybe shared a laugh or two. Moral of the story, sometimes you gotta put your differences aside for something greater. And I think that can be applied in a lot of aspects in life, even with your worst enemy.
Where you at, Berto?
Now, straight off the rip, I know you're reading this title like, damn, Berto, you literally was a menace to society. And if I'm keeping it a stack, bro, I kinda was. I did a lot of dumb stuff growing up, man. It just is what it is, bro. I had to go through it to become the man I am today. There's just some shit I've done in my life that I'm just straight up ashamed of. But these are my lessons, bro, and I'm here to tell y'all the truth. So boom. So back in high school, as a lot of y'all know, that's really the time where I was getting real active, bro. And what I mean by that was I was playing basketball for my high school team and I was playing basketball for my travel AAU team. And on some real shit, I was like one of them try hard hoop niggas. I dead ass thought I was going to the NBA, bro. But I feel like most hoop niggas that actually took basketball serious during high school, you probably thought you was going to the NBA. Like, you had hoop dreams in your Instagram bio. Like, you really thought you was about to make it. And even though it's funny to look back and kind of laugh at myself about it, like, that is the mentality you have to have in life. Why are you gonna half-ass some shit? Back then, when I was playing basketball, I was like, bro, I'm going to the league, bro. I'm trying to be like LeBron and them, no cap. I was the first person in the gym and I was the last person to leave that motherfucker. Now, the only reason this information is even relevant to this story is because someone like me at that age doing all that activity, bro, my appetite was ridiculous. My shit was bust all the way wide open, bro. I'm talking about, you ever heard your mom say, you eating me out of a house and a home? That was me. I was that boy. Straight fat nigga activity, bruh. And it's crazy because at that age, I was just a tall, skinny, lanky nigga. So if you was just judging me based off of my body frame, you wouldn't be able to tell that I ate the way I did. But my nigga, like, it was bad. I was really like Goku and them, like Luffy type shit. Greed and gluttony, bruh. For example, if my mom ordered pizza for the house, I would get my own large box and I'd probably still eat half a box after that. Mind you, I'm the oldest of 4 siblings. So between me and the 4 siblings, she's probably getting like 3 boxes of pizza. But 1 whole box is just for me. Like, that's the type of timing I was on. I'm finishing my shit and I'm eating half of that shit. There is no reason I should be eating like that, bruh. And this is where the story starts to take place, because don't even get me started with school lunch, my nigga. At them school lunch tables, I was the definition of a are you gonna eat that type of bro. Just to put in perspective, shit was so bad, I was literally eating 5 to 6 lunches a day. And that's not even including the breakfast shift. Unlike most people, I actually liked getting to school early because I wanted to eat the school breakfast, bro. I'm just sitting there at that lunch table just watching my friends, bro. I would literally love if they didn't finish their food. I'm damn near making people uncomfortable just watching them as they eat, bro. Just waiting for that opportunity for them to put that food down. And I'm just like a vulture, bro, just waiting for them to kind of give that energy like they done eating. And you know I'm gonna hit them with that. Hey, bro, you gonna finish that? Like, damn, nigga, I can't get a sip of water and enjoy my meal before you come around scavenging my plate? Some of y'all might be able to relate to this, and some of y'all might have been the ones that wasn't really finishing their food like that and passing it off to the next person. But the point is, when it came to food, I was really like that. But the real issue with school lunch was I wasn't able to eat like this every day. Let me tell you why. Some days I get lucky and get to eat like 6 plates of lunch because, you know, niggas just wasn't hungry that day, or maybe they just wasn't really liking the food that was being served that day. But some days, niggas wasn't trying to give their food up, bruh. Understandably so. At my school, we had a rule where you're only able to get double lunch once a day. So at best, I might be able to get 2 plates on my own dollar, but I had to be careful about that because my mom only gave me $20 a week for school lunch. So if I ran up that school lunch ticket too fast, I'd be out of school lunch by Wednesday. And the nigga still gotta eat the rest of the week. Some of y'all might be looking at me crazy like, bro, you just greedy as shit at this point. But I don't know what it is, bro. At the time, I just felt hungry, bro. Like hungry hippo ass nigga, bro. To this day, I do still eat a lot. I'm just a little bit more mature about it. Like, hey, bro, you don't need to eat that much, even though I want to. There's literally no reason why anybody should be eating 7 plates a day. That's just being fat. So one morning I'm sitting in the cafeteria and breakfast is being served. And today was French toast stick day, bro. When I tell you French toast sticks for school breakfast was so fucking smack, my nigga. That had to be my favorite breakfast meal, bro. The shit was so good. Like, just thinking about it right now, like, I could go for that, bro. Like, that shit was fire. Like, that shit was too fire. Too fucking fire. By far my favorite breakfast, bro. By far. I don't know about y'all schools back in the day, but when it was French toast stick day, bro, I'm trying to down 100 of them hoes. No cap, I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to eat all the shit. Dipping it in that maple syrup, boy. I'm trying to go crazy, man. But here's the issue. I wasn't reading the breakfast or the lunch schedule to tell me that, oh, today they're gonna be serving French toast sticks. I didn't even know about this shit, and I done ran out of money. I got $5 left in my lunch account. At best, I might get one serving of French toast sticks. And even if I were to get that, now I don't even got enough money for lunch today. I'm sick, bro. Not on French toast stick day. What am I supposed to do? So I'm sitting there thinking, like real life stressed out, bro. Just thinking to myself, this don't make no sense. I need to eat. How am I supposed to get some French toast sticks this morning? And ain't nobody giving it up because like I said, them hoes was good. Everybody loved them. Even the niggas that didn't normally finish their food, they was finishing this. Then I get an idea. At my high school, we used to have these 4-digit codes that we would type in when we met the lunch lady at the front of the line so we can get our school lunch. This is how we paid for the food. My code was 0503, which was my birthday, May 3rd. So now I'm thinking to myself, and I'm smart enough to realize that the lunch code system can't just go by birthdays because I'm sure there's other people with repeated birthdays throughout the whole school. Niggas be having the same birthdays. So that wouldn't make sense because people can't have the same lunch code, right? But the chance that a random nigga like me was able to get a birthday for his lunch code, chances are there's probably other people that have their birthday as a lunch code as well. There it is, my nigga. We cracked the code. What are the odds? All I gotta do is guess a birthday. And there's so many different possibilities for that. I just had an idea of a lifetime. Now, even though it might be a long shot, as long as when I type in the code, a guy's name shows up, I think I'm Gucci. Because I don't think the lunch lady's recognizing all those kids by face. At least not me. I don't think so. So I'm sitting there and I'm feeling like the odds are stacked in my favor. I'm not gonna lie. My little brother's birthday was January 23rd. 0, 1, 2, 3. My brother didn't go to school with me, so I was like, fuck it. That's the code I'm trying. I get up, grab a plate of French toast, and I'm approaching the lunch lady. She slides the keypad in my direction. I look at her and look down at the keypad. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, sweetie, have a good day. Did it work? Yo, did that shit actually work? Yo, we did! It fucking worked, bro. Against all the odds, your boy just came up on 2 more servings of French toast. We eating good. Man, I went back to the lunch table and I'm fucking up this plate, bro. I'm dipping my French toast in that maple syrup. I'm going crazy. I fucked that plate up, boy. This was real life happiness, bro. Like, I can't even make this shit up. I felt like I hit the lottery in that hoe. Man, so the day goes by, cool, whatever, right? 1 p.m. hits. It's lunchtime again. Now here's the thing. Like I told y'all earlier, I already didn't really have that much money in my account. But I got 1 plate for myself. So boom, that emptied my account. Then I used the random number and got 2 more plates. But now in my personal lunch account, I ain't got no more money. And it's still the middle of the week. You must be crazy if you think I'm asking my mom for more money in the middle of the week. I'm not going for that, bro. She not. I ask her for $20 more. She'll be like, nigga, you got me all the way fucked up. So there was no way I'm asking her for more money. But a nigga gotta eat. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, I already used this code. And that wasn't the right thing to do. But it worked. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't thinking about the person's account that I was using. I'm just thinking, I'm getting more extra free lunch. I tell myself, I'm just gonna use it again. I go up there again, type in the code 0123. It was gold, bro. It worked again. Bro, I didn't even get 1 lunch on his shit. I got double lunch on that motherfucking shit, bro. Call me what you want, bro. From my POV, I'm thinking, yo, I got the cheat code for lunch. I got the cheat code for free extra lunch, bro. And that right there was the beginning of a downward spiral. I can't really honestly say that all this started off innocently, but I used the code for the French toast sticks. Then I used the code for lunch. After that, I didn't have any more money in my account, but I felt as if I needed to eat. So I used it again. Even though it was messed up, I did it anyway. And I was getting away with it, so I guess I just started to build up this, I don't know, this confidence that like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with this, I could do that. But I wasn't thinking that there was somebody at the other end of this lunch code who I'm just running their shit up. The only thing I was thinking about was satisfying my endless appetite. And from that day forward, bro, I'm not 100% how long this went on for, but I gotta say it had to have been at least 2 to 3 months straight. Almost every single day, I'm ordering double breakfast and double lunch on this dude's account. And add on top that I was probably still ordering double lunch on my account as well. Every day. There was just no excuse for this type of behavior. I'm just being fat and greedy, bro. It's sad to say, but I wasn't thinking about nobody else but myself, bro. So boom, one morning, it's breakfast again and it's business as usual. I'm not really sure what they were serving that morning, but what I do remember was, and the irony is crazy, that I actually wasn't even that hungry that day. So my homeboy Sky, he pulls up on me and he's like, yo bro, I forgot my lunch money at home. You think you could spot me today? I'm looking at this nigga like, okay, I ain't about to run my money up for this nigga. And if I did have the extra like physical cash to spot him, I would, but I didn't. But I do got this account though. So I'm like, I got you, bro. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna go get you some food. So I pull up to the lunch line. You already know how it go. Get to the front of the lunch line. Type in my code. This no you. Huh? I say this no you. Why you use this code? This no you. What do you mean? Of course it's me. I use this lunch code every day. Yes, you do. But this no you. Oh, fuck, bro. My heart sank to my ass. My palms are starting to sweat and an intense fear is overcoming my body. I'm lost for words as I'm staring into this lunch lady's eyes. I didn't even know what to say. And then I like just tried to continue to bullshit her. You know when you in the wrong and then you just get mad defensive? Yo, what are you talking about? This is my lunch account. Okay then, what's your name? What's my name?
Oh no.
I didn't know this nigga's name. I just got roped, bruh. In the moment, I was so fucking scared. After looking at this lunch lady dumb as shit for like 5 whole seconds, 5 long seconds too. I just dropped the plate and I walk off, bro. I just walk straight out of the cafeteria. Y'all don't understand how scared I was because the reality was, it's not like I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. But this was the first time I started to put in perspective, like, hold up. I've been running up this nigga's account the whole time, just carelessly, bro. I'm not even thinking about all the money he's continuously putting into his account, probably wondering, yo, why I never got lunch money in my account and I keep putting money in my account? Was he not able to eat this whole time? I'm using all his lunch money, and that's fucked up. And to make it even worse, I didn't even know whose account I was using. And not only was I using, I was abusing. Oh yeah. I'm fucked. I spent the rest of the school day just literally shitting my pants, staring at the school speaker, just waiting for my name to be called to the office, bro. I know some of y'all know that feeling when you in trouble and you know it's coming. You just don't know when it's coming, but it's coming. And I just kept thinking to myself like, yo, bro, I just need to make it to 4th period, bro. I just need to make it to 4th period and then school's out and I can just go home, bro. I just need that school bell to ring so I can leave, bro. We're approaching 4th period, but then I got random people coming up to me like, hey, yo, Berto, some supervisor's been asking around about you. Like, did you do something, bro? Oh, hell nah. So screwed. I'm so screwed. Because there's literally no reason why anyone should know what's going on. So the fact that anybody had like an idea of what's going on and saying supervisors are asking about me, oh yeah, it done started. I'm done. School ends, I go home without any complications. But even when I got home, I had no peace of mind. All I could think about was how screwed I was. When I go to school tomorrow, I'm going to get called into the office and I don't even know what's gonna happen, but I'm fucked. I'm toasted. And to no surprise at all, next day comes around. I walk through the school doors and you know, I just see a vice principal just waiting for me like, yeah, nigga, come with me. Come on. You're done, kid. You're toast. So I'm in the office like waiting area. She had me like waiting in a chair right outside her office for like 20-30 minutes, bro, just waiting and I'm just sitting in this chair. The anticipation's building up and the anxiety's just building up. I'm like, bruh, I don't know what to think right now. I'm losing my mind at this point. I just start thinking about all the worst possibilities of how this is gonna play out. Because no matter how you cut it, essentially, I was stealing from this kid. It is what it is. I can't call it nothing else. I was stealing his lunch. I was stealing his lunch money. And to top it off, I was pretty much posing as somebody I'm not. So that was technically fraud. And right when I thought it couldn't get any worse, 2 police officers walk into the office, bro. I'm going to fucking jail. I'm not gonna lie, man. Tears started to come from my eyes, bro. I started crying in that bitch. I'm not capping. I started crying in that bitch, bro. I started crying like a hoe. And it's not like I haven't been in trouble before. But what was really killing me, bro, is I was about to go to jail over French toast sticks. How could I be this much of a fuck up? She calls me into the office and I just confess to everything right away. I'm like, yo, I did this. This is why I did it. I don't have an excuse, but I did it. I did it. I did it. It was me. I confess. I learned that bro's name, who I was running up his account, his name was Jose. And I ran up $400 in lunch money in a couple of months, bro. $400. She's over here talking about, I'm gonna get expelled. And all I could think to myself is, my mom is going to murder me. I'm done. And I'm going to jail. I don't know what's worse. Am I gonna die first or am I gonna go to jail? I almost rather go to jail. But by the grace of God, Jose was a spoiled rich kid and his parents were chill as fuck, bro. I know I'm making light out of a serious situation, but I was so like, I got lucky, bro. Obviously, I still got in a lot of trouble, but I got in nowhere near as much trouble as I should have. I got suspended for like 3 days, and the only reason it wasn't worse is because, like I said, Jose's parents just happened to be chill, bro. They were just talking to the vice principal and telling her, look, we understand kids make mistakes, kids do dumb things, and I think what also helped is I'm not a bad kid, bro. Like, I would never had a reputation of doing bad in school or being mean to people. For the most part, everybody knew me and everybody liked me. So, and the parents didn't necessarily know me, but they weren't getting this vibe that I was out to do their son wrong. And they had every right to like want to throw the book at me, bro, but luckily they did it. They pretty much just agreed if we paid them the money back, they were cool. Now the school still suspended me for 3 days, but that was kind of it. My mom bailed me out. She paid the $400. And I also learned the 2 police officers that had walked into the office at the time was just a coincidence. They weren't there for me. And you can imagine a Jamaican mother. Yeah, she beat my ass. Yeah, she beat my ass real bad. And yeah, my mom paid the initial $400 to pay them back, but I had to get a job to pay my mom back. But realistically, I got off easy, man. But holy shit, that could have been a real bad situation. And it was all because of greed and gluttony. Sometimes enough is more than enough. Just don't be that guy, man.
Where you at, Berto?
Honestly, bro, growing up, I had it rough. There's been way too many times that I just straight up had to get it out the mud.
What are you talking about? You know damn well you grew up a suburban.
Feek, you wouldn't last a day in my shoes with the shit I've been through, bro.
Nah, I've been down horrendous. I've been so down bad. My freshman year, I was so excited to go back to school shopping. It was the first time in my school years where I didn't have to wear a uniform. I really thought I was gonna be the freshest kid on campus, only to be completely distraught when we pulled up to not Marshall's, but Michael's.
Oh, hell no!
And for y'all who don't know what Michael's is, it's not a clothing store.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
It's an arts and crafts store. My mom saw they were having a sale on colored blank tees. So I had to get my whole year's wardrobe from an arts and crafts store.
Damn, I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. But I've been so down bad. Back in middle school, I thought it was cool to sag my pants. You know, I was a 90s kid, so Soulja Boy was pretty much my idol.
Soulja Boy.
My mom's Jamaican though, so she wasn't a fan. So after months and months of her yelling at me, telling me to pull up my pants so I don't look like a hooligan. So eventually she decided she was gonna throw away all of my pants.
Oh wow, so sad your mom threw away your pants.
And all of my underwear, leaving me with only one pair of the roughest, most uncomfortable jeans in my closet, and made me go to school free balling in jeans. I can't make this ish up, bruh. She literally told me, if you want to sag your pants, then let the world see your bottom. You might as well do it for real. Bruh, my eggplant got caught in my jean zipper every time I stood up for a whole month. I never sagged my pants again.
Okay, sure. Y'all were definitely in the trenches. But I was in the Earth's core, my nigga. I've been down egregious. You remember in middle school how you get up to sharpen your pencil just to show off your fit? But the only thing drippy about middle school me was the sweat from the black hoodie I wore every day. So I had to do something grander, something flashier, you know. During lunch, I'd grab an apple and bring it to class and eat the apple. The whole apple. The core, the seeds, the comedically placed worms. The whole thing. I'd eat it all up until I had a single stem from the apple. So instead of getting up in front of the whole class to sharpen a pencil, I'd be getting up to throw away an apple stem, and I had no clue why. But I thought it made me look hard, bro. I thought the girls would be looking at me like some manly figure, but in reality, I was harrowing the maidens. In other words, I was scaring the bitches.
I feel that, but y'all don't know true pain. I was so down bad. Back in middle school, my uncle used to have the best shoes. I'm talking Air Force Ones, Jordans, even Sperry's. They were a hidden gem back then. If you know, you know. But the one I was absolutely obsessed with was a green pair of Converses. I've never had Converses. I don't know what it was about them bad boys, but something about them just spoke to me. And I didn't really have a lot of nice shoes, so I made the executive decision. I'm rocking these green Converses to school, hoping I could finally be acknowledged for having some grip, and it was working. I'm walking down the halls feeling like the man until, yo, Feek, what the hell you wearing on your feet, man? Damn, that's when it hit me. I made a crucial error in my mathematics. This was in middle school. I was 4'2". My uncle was 6 foot in middle school. Maybe you guys aren't catching on right now. My shoe size was a size 6, and these very literal cucumbers on my feet were a size 13. I was walking around in clown shoes. I was so damn embarrassed. It got to the point that people didn't even make fun of me because of how bad they felt. I'm talking down bad. So don't tell me I can't walk a day in your shoes because I've done it.
Damn, you got that, bruh.
Where you at, Berto?
As a man, it's in our DNA to be somewhat territorial over the things we love and possess. We can't help it. We don't like sharing. This might be because we all have a little alpha in us. Like it or not, We want to be the man. We want to be the best. For example, in the wild, the leader of the wolf pack from time to time will be challenged by another male of the pack if he thinks he caught the leader slipping. And this will result into a battle to prove who's truly most fit to be the leader of the pack. The winner shall take the throne, while the loser, well, things don't really work out so well for him. He is banished from the pack to fend for himself, and in some cases, death. I think this parallel can be compared to human beings, although in most cases I'd like to think we wouldn't battle to the death, even though that used to be a thing.
This is Sparta!
But my point is, as a man, we are in constant competition with other men around us. We must be strong, because there's always another guy just lurking in the shadows, waiting desperately just for an opportunity to take what you believe to be yours. It is very literally a dog-eat-dog world, and sometimes the fear of losing something you love, or in my case, someone, that can turn into jealousy. And I had to learn that the hard way. Let me introduce you to my first real girlfriend, Willow. That's not her real name, but for the sake of the story, that's what we'll call her. How me and Willow got together is a story for another day, but we pretty much have been dating all summer 2011, getting ready to enter our freshman year of high school together. Now, one of the biggest issues me and Willow had in our relationship was we just didn't really spend that much time together outside of school. Some of y'all might be able to relate to this. It was that kind of relationship where school was pretty much the only time I got to hang out with her. And if I'm gonna call a spade, this was mainly because I was black. Now I know what you're thinking, but let me explain. I don't really think Willow's mom and dad were outright the R word. At least not extremely, right? But I had to face the fact that I don't think at the time they were too fond of the idea of me dating their daughter because, you know. And she knew this, but at 14 years old, there's only so much sneaking around you could really do. Neither of us could drive.
Oh my God! Turn away or stop! The brake!
We both played sports, different ones at that, so our after school time was very limited. So as a result, we just became that couple that you literally would go to the bathroom in class just to hang out for like 5 minutes in the hallway. Now just to be clear, very clear, we were not that type of couple. You know the ones where they just make out profusely as if they're never gonna see each other again? Like, bruh, get a room. You're literally making everyone around you feel uncomfortable, but you get the point. I really liked Willow. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the fact that we had to put so much effort just to see each other, but it made my emotions heightened. The best way I could explain it is I think I became infatuated with the thought of being with her, because even though she was my girlfriend technically, so much of our relationship was left up to my imagination. Nonetheless, things were good until one day. David showed up. David was the new kid. He transferred here from another school, and you already know how these girls get with new kids. I don't really have much of a backstory on this guy, but all I do know is I hated this nigga. Why? Because coincidentally, David ended up getting 3 of the same classes with Willow. One of them being the only class I had with her. And in that class, the teacher sat him right next to her. They played the same sport together, so they spent a lot of time after school. And of course, coincidentally, he ended up in the same friend group as hers. Who does this guy think he is? And I don't want to sound like a hater, but I just couldn't stand this smirk he always had on his face. Like, every time I saw him, I just wanted to knock him out. You ever met someone that just had a punchable face? That was David. Now, for being honest, looking back, more than half of those things were completely out of his control, right? But at the time, I just couldn't help but think, this guy has his eyes set out on Willow. He's trying to bag my bitch. Time passed, and obviously, they started to become friends. Now, most girls are gonna have guy friends. It's normal. As long as you stay secure and confident, most times your girl's gonna feed off of that energy and stay 10 toes down. Unless she's like missing a toe or something, then, 9 toes is the best she got. But this is where I went wrong. Here I am struggling to see my own girlfriend in school, much less outside of school, and this random dude just comes out of nowhere and is spending all of his time with her, my girl. And I'm sure her parents would just be so much more fond of him over me. I'm not sure why though. How could I not start to feel jealous? I think anyone in this position would start to feel a little jelly, at least a little bit. So one day, I just couldn't take it anymore, and I confronted her about it on one of our little bathroom dates. Hey, babe. Hey, is everything okay? Your message kinda gave me some stressed out vibes. I just want you to be honest with me. Of course. What's going on? Is there anything going on between you and David? What? David? Of course not. We're just friends. Why would you even think that? I don't know. I just can't shake the feeling that you guys have been getting closer, and sometimes I feel like our relationship feels stagnant. I just really don't want to lose you, Willow. Wyatt, I love you. You don't have to worry about losing me. Just trust me. And there it was. She said exactly everything I needed to hear. They were just friends, and I was just an emotional, overthinking teenager. And if I'm being honest, after that conversation, I felt a lot better. Did I still very much dislike David? Yes. But I had to trust that Willow was telling me the truth. Yeah, okay. So maybe only a couple weeks had passed since that conversation, and on my end, nothing's changed. I still hardly saw my girl, and she was still hanging out with David every day. It honestly was pissing me off, if I'm keeping it a stack. But all those negative emotions, I just kept them bottled up deep inside, because someone I love and trusted looked me in my face and told me everything was Gucci. So no matter how much my gut was telling me otherwise, I had to keep it together, which I was doing a pretty good job if you ask me. But there's only so much a nigga can handle. So me and Willow had different lunch periods. I had lunch at 11 a.m. and she had hers at 12 p.m. What I didn't know was David also had lunch at 12. So you're telling me for the past few months, it's possible this guy has been with my girl, caked up for a whole hour a day, unannounced? I had to know the truth. Ain't no way I could let that slide without knowing. So I did the only logical thing. I skipped class. I'm going to 12 p.m. lunch. And lo and behold, who did I see sitting right next to Willow having a jolly good old time? You guessed it, David, the fucking man. Bruh, I'm heating up. And I could see them from the angle I was watching, but they couldn't see me. And all I wanted to do was storm over there and go off on this guy. But I knew them sitting together at lunch wasn't enough proof to prove anything. I couldn't give that type of reaction. I needed to catch them in the act. So with quick thinking, I pulled up my phone and started texting Willow straight off impulse. And I asked her, who are you with right now? Bruh, tell me why I dead ass watched this girl pick up her phone, text me back, me and the girls. Why are you asking? Oh no, holy. Then as she puts her phone down, with the quickness, continues to have what seems to be the best conversation she's ever engaged in. You would have thought he was the Joker and she was Harley Quinn the way he had my girl laughing, bruh. She lied to me. Now I need vengeance. I couldn't trust her anymore, but the simp in me still wanted to believe there was nothing going on, and for all I knew, technically there wasn't. But why did she lie? Lord, please forgive me for this next part. I walked over to Willow's lunch table, and when I tell you I went off, bruh, I went off. I just started blurting out the most hurtful things I could possibly think of. I was going crazy. If I would have just called her a thought to her face, be gone, thought! That would have been the nice way to go about it. But compared to the things I said, holy, I think the devil himself might have handpicked a spot in hell for me. I trusted you, and you cheating on me in front of everyone with this guy? You literally making me look like an idiot. What is wrong with you? Wyatt, what are you talking about? I can't hold a conversation with another guy? You're being ridiculous. Ridiculous? How am I being ridiculous? Look at his face. His face is ridiculous. He's just loving this shit. Can't you see what he's trying to do to us?
Gotcha.
After this incident, there was no going back. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I embarrassed her and myself. And from that day forward, the trust issues were just unbearable. Eventually, enough was enough, and she broke up with me. And it wasn't long after until she started dating David.
Where you at, Berto?
I feel like she's one out of a million. She still won't make me feel shit. She know that she running out of time, and it's still show you something you ain't seen before. Now you gotta deal with it. Walk up in the building, fucking kill shit. Different color chains, I'm a chameleon. Ice don't let me feel shit. Disrespect the gang, and this might turn into some real shit. And they don't got no kill switch. I could throw your ass right to the wolves. Them niggas fearless. Real shit. Feel like all of this shit feel the same. I hit a wall and I'm already going insane. There's just some things that get harder for me to explain. I'm not scared of the fall cause I've already been. Feel like all of this shit feel the same. I hit a wall and I'm already going insane. There's just some things that get harder for me to explain. I'm not scared of the fall cause I've already been.
Left her in my room, she spilling tears all on my V-Long. I can't even fuck with you cause all the shit you be on. Up all night, don't need clothes and you in my bed. Live rent free when I'm in her head. Got a badass bitch tryna clean my mess. Come and let me fall in, I know why you calling. I know what you want, so baby tell me why you stalling. I ain't ever lose someone who's honest. She tell me she love me but she never had an option. One to the face going double or nothing. I made a living, I'm coming from nothing. I can tell when a bitch nigga bluffing. Low ass nigga can't tell me nothing. Band can't kid my niggas like drumming. Birds on me, I feel like stunning. Pull up niggas gotta run my bread. Pull up niggas won't run me something.
Feel like all of this shit feel the same. I hit a wall